In this section, I'm going to show you several ways to use generative fill to spark some inspiration in what you might want to do. I'm going to be using the web version in this section, but the Photoshop app that has generative fill as an option gives you so much more capability because the way you can select parts of images is much more advanced than currently on the website. In this first lesson, I'm going to show you how to remove things from the background. So I'm going to upload this image right here. This is just a stock photo that I find. You can also use the scroll wheel on your mouse if you have one to zoom in or out. You can also press the Command plus or minus button if you're on a Mac. That would be Control if you're on a PC. And then you can press the space bar to get the pan or the hand tool to be able to click and move around, because this little bar down here is kind of in the way sometimes. So I press the space bar, or you can click and change to the pan tool and then just drag around. The remove tool is this one right here. We're just going to take this. You can change the brush settings here. You can increase the brush size, the hardness, that's like the feathering of the edges, and then the opacity. We're going to leave opacity up high, but I like having the brush hardness be a little bit lower so the edges sort of blend into the background. So this photo is not bad, and there's going to be people in the background, but this guy right here was just sort of like in the way. So I'm going to select this person right here and then click remove. And that does a pretty incredible job. I can scroll through the options here, see how it replaced that guy with a person. I don't want that. But even the edge, where before you saw a little bit of this lady in the background being covered, it replaced like the edges of her, so it looks normal. So I'm going to say keep. Now this lady over here, this person with long hair, has a little bit of a distracting color, that blue. So I'm going to select her and click remove. Again, it tries to fill it with another person initially. That one looks somewhat like a trash can or something. That one doesn't look good. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't get any good ones, I'm just going to click more, and it's going to generate 4 more options. And there you go. This third option looks pretty good. We can keep going. I'm going to remove this lady with the handbag. And finally, I'm just going to do this one right here. Actually, I'm going to push it a little further. Try to remove all these people in the background like so. Now, when I get close to the edges, that's where you have to be a little bit careful. You could zoom in, make sure you're getting those edges nicely, or you can go into Photoshop if you use Photoshop and do a really nice clean selection without selecting our subject here. And that was a really difficult task, but it has done it quite well. I think this one looks pretty good. I might click more to see if there's any more options. One thing too to pay attention to is we have this reflection in the mirror of a person, so we would have to remove that as well. And this now we have, it looks like so far in the background that I think is pretty good. And let's just go ahead and remove this reflection. And wow, look at that. We removed that person from the reflection. So let's keep that image. We're going to download it. Here we have the before, after, before, after. Pretty incredible, right? So that's how to remove people. I'm going to show you one more example really quick. So let's do one more. Here is this photo. We've got 2 guys in here, different contrasting vibes going on, smiling, serious on phone. I'm going to remove this guy here on the phone. And we got to pay attention too. We've got a shadow down here, so I'm going to remove that. And look at that. Holy cow. Incredible job. If you just saw this photo like this and you never saw the before photo, you would never think there was a person standing there. Incredible. So removing people, that's one thing you can do with generative fill.